Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, guys.
I start every video like that, don't I?
You do.
Well, shout out to Lottie Dottie and each and everybody. For those of you guys who have never been with us before, you have no idea who we are. I am Candy Sincerity Johnson.
And I am Sean Johnson. It's been a while since I've been over here with you guys.
Yes. It's been a while since we've been to the table.
Right.
It's been a very, very long time. Life has been lifing.
It has.
Things have been happening and we have been away. However, we're back to the table and y'all have been tearing my inbox up. You hear me? You've been tearing my inbox up. And so listen, there have been some conversations being had. Look, girl. Look. Them probably the people that's been in the inbox. There have been some conversations that's being had in the streets, and you guys are calling me. Look, you're calling me. You're calling your good Judy. You're calling your home girl. You're calling your best friend, girl. You calling your best friend to the conversation. You saying, hey, Candy, I know you down there taking care of your daddy, girl. We know your daddy over there, but listen, come on over here because there's a conversation and we want your perspective.
Yeah.
So I thank you, best friends, because that means you value our opinion
and our thoughts.
We greatly appreciate it. So before we go any further, let me tell you why we're joining in on the conversation, okay? The reason for those of you who gonna be like, girl, y'all nasty. Ain't nobody talking to you. You know, before you get going, let me tell you why we're joining in on the conversation.
Yes.
We're weighing in on the conversation because when we come to this table, typically when we hit that live button over here on this side of the Jordan, we talking money, we talking business, we talking trending topics, and we utilize those things as a way to teach the people, to teach the masses, to teach the world about how we can, improve our finances.
Yes.
Right?
There's always a business spin on it.
There's always a money play, girl. There's always a money play. So for those of you guys who don't know why we have the money conversation, I am a business coach, business consultant, and a business owner, all in one, girl. So money is my middle name. This is my playground. This is my playground, girl. Mm-hmm. So yes. So hi to all of the best friends. Shout out to all of our subscriber best friends. And shout out to everybody who will catch this video as a replay.
Yes, indeed.
Woo, that's a mouthful for somebody who just had an asthma attack and you need a day in Halo, okay?
Right, you take it easy.
Girl, yes,
okay.
Yes.
So, you want me to say hello? You want me to go into the background? How you want me to do it?
I think we said enough hellos.
All right. So,
I think we said enough hellos, girl. I think we need to go. So for those of you guys who don't know how we do it over here, typically the way we do conversations like this, Sean will come and she will give the background. She will give the commentary. Yes. She will bring you up to speed. If there's any part of this thing that perhaps you don't know, you missed, Sean will usher you in by making sure that everybody is at the same place.
Yes.
Okay?
We have to make sure we're not leaving anybody behind.
Yes. She's like your tour guide on your experience. When you come over here to the Candy Sincerity Johnson page, buckle up, Buttercup. You're in for a ride. Huh? Yes, you're in for a ride. This is a whole experience.
It is. So let me lead you upon your tour. Okay.
Take us down the road.
So this is what has happened. This is the reason why we're here today, because clearly there were some of you guys that wanted to know what Candy more so than anything had to say about the topic. So the topic is Karina, affectionately known as Boss Lady, went to Charleston, South Carolina this past weekend.
Okay.
She was there for dining with Darius. Darius Cooks was doing another one of his amazing experiences there in Charleston, and she was there. Okay. I do know that Boss Lady went live maybe 2 or 3 times. I think I went back on her page. I know for sure I saw 2. It may have been 3, not sure, but I know for sure she went live just to kind of bring her family, her people into the experience, just like she was having.
Right.
As a lot of us do. Okay. A lot of us go places and we want to bring you guys along with us.
That's right. That's how we do it.
And so she went live and she was kind of showing some of the behind the scenes type of things, showing her experience, etc. Of course, we have to understand that we're only privy to what was shared.
That's right.
We're only privy to what Karina shared. We're only privy to what Darius shared when he goes live. We're only privy to what was shared. Once those cameras are off, off, we have no idea what's going on. Okay, we just don't.
That's right.
So,
that's true.
So we have to, let's keep that in the forefront of our minds. Okay, so we can only see what was shared. After her going live several times during the weekend and sharing her experience with Dining with Darius, she did post a picture. I believe it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. She had went to lunch with Darius. He was, what I later found out is that he has been doing some food reviews for restaurants and things like that. And so I'm assuming that she was present in one of the few food reviews, which, by the way, he took a picture that was amazing. But anyway, I digress. And she posted a picture.
Tell me more. I like where this parable
The
is.
picture was, I love the picture. The picture was everything. So I saw the picture. I said, they look like they're having a slam dunking good time. Okay. And so, of course, Candy saw the picture. We were not together because Candy and I have been apart quite frequently over the last week or so.
And if you know, because you've been following my journey on the page.
And so, of course, Candy saw the picture, and so she responded. She stated something underneath the picture. I'm going to share with you guys what Candy said underneath the picture. Okay,
What
did you say? You said, and I quote, "I see something major coming. I can't wait." Okay. This was based upon the picture that Candy saw.
Look, y'all. Cause y'all, this is why y'all want me involved. Cause of what I said on yesterday. I seen two peoples. I know peoples ain't a word. I seen two people sitting at the table having lunch, and I seen a whole lot of money in the room. You understand what I'm saying? I seen a whole lot of money in the room, and I seen a whole lot of influence in the room. When I see a whole lot of money and a whole lot of influence in the room, again, I like money and I like influence and I like business. And I seen it, and I said, "Ooh, her wheels got to spin." You understand what I'm saying? Anybody who know me know, girl. Like I tell y'all, this is my playground. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So my favorite musical artist is Luther Vandross.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? When I seen this picture of this Black excellence in the room, and I seen these two minds coming together and collaborating, I thought, girl, I could hear. So amazing playing I could hear so amazing.
Come on now.
I could hear so amazing playing. I thought something was coming next, girl.
And that's just
I thought this was the preview for the movie. So I was calling it out in the comments. I was like, ooh,
what I see here?
Tell me more.
And for me, it's no different than if I had seen Elon Musk and what's the owner of Amazon? If I see Elon
Jeff
Musk
Bezos
and Jeff Bezos in the same room and they go behind and they sitting there eating, I'm like, okay, what y'all doing? Okay.
Cherry said, I thought the same thing.
It's, you know what I'm saying? So it was nothing crazy. It was just literally like, man, them talking? What's going on? Okay.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that's probably where her head went.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So Candy.
So what I say again, I said.
So you said, super simple. I see something major coming. I can't wait. That's all she said. Okay.
I'm sorry,
there were several people that was like, and started commenting underneath her comment, right? Okay?
Yeah, that's what happened.
So some people may have thought the same thing. Maybe some other people was like, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Share your thoughts. Okay.
That's right. That's how I feel.
Then,
girl, then what happened, girl?
Then Darius.
I
love him.
Oh, Darius.
You're gonna get so sick of me. So
prepare to be sick of me.
I'm so sick of y'all. So anyway, then Darius goes live today. And if you guys know him, if you followed him or anything like that, he's a straight shooter. Like he's gonna tell you what it is no matter what. And so I saw, actually it was one of the best friends that sent me the post and was like, hey, look at this. Because he had posted something earlier in the day and was like, basically, I got some stuff to share. And I said,
yeah. Then that's when people started inboxing and was like, girl, watch. Look what's going on.
I said, I had to look at this post and was like, okay. So then, of course, despite everything we had going on today, I had to tune in. Okay.
Yeah.
So I listened to his live. Darius went live. He was giving his thoughts and his views on some things that happened over the weekend. Again, things that we were not privy to. Okay. This is all information that we were not privy to because the cameras were not on. All right.
Okay.
So he shared some information about the weekend, his thoughts, etc., which leads us to here being at the table. Okay. So of course,
what did he say?
So he said several things. There were some things that he said that Boss Lady was wanting to meet with him. He kept telling Boss Lady, look, I'm booked and busy. Like outside of sleeping, showering, and using the bathroom, I don't got no time. Okay,
fair,
and which we understand, but it seems like boss lady was really wanting to talk to him, to get with him or what have you. Okay, which is how she ended up in Charleston. Okay, so she went to Charleston. He shared that during the weekend she did some things that that kind of rubbed him the wrong way, Okay, and so he was sharing that. I don't know. What you want me to share? People can
everything. Somebody said we need detail.
Okay, I just got to make sure. I don't know how far deep people want to say. So he went on to say that while she was there, it was like business, nonstop. In the midst of her saying she was coming there for a few reasons. She said she was coming there to hang out as friends. Mm-hmm. She wanted to come there to talk to pick his brain because, who wouldn't? As a business owner, who wouldn't want to talk to somebody that's uphill? You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then also to run a proposal or two by him. Okay. That was 3 reasons why she was coming to Charleston.
Okay.
Fair game. Okay. So she gets there and he said it's nothing but business from the time that they wake up to the time that they stop talking. It's constant business. Like she doesn't. There was no hanging out with friends or whatever. That kind of rubbed him the wrong way. One, because he's like, I told you that I was super busy, and it seemed to me that you had another reason for coming outside of what you said. Okay. In addition to that, he said that he also felt like she was out of place by asking certain questions to the chefs that work for him, asking information regarding recipes and things of that nature, and also approaching one of the chefs in regards to a possible business venture or something like that. So there was just some things that happened throughout the weekend that did not sit well with him. It didn't sit well in his spirit. He didn't like it. And so he shared his thoughts and opinions on it because he's like, at the end of the day, people was out here spreading rumors talking about, I'm about to be an ambassador for I Got You Seasonings and I'm about to be cooking with these seasonings. And he was like, I don't know where that's coming from, but let me just put it to bed now. That's not happening. I never said I was going to do anything like that. That's not what I do. When I come on here to promote anything, it's going to be my stuff and my business only. Okay. And so once he went live, some of the best friends went back to this one's post. And was like, so you see something major coming and you can't wait. What's your perspective now after the live? Yeah. And so of course, that brought this one out.
Right. Right. So in fairness, I've been off the grid for almost a week. I've been in and out. Mm-hmm. Right. So as I popped online and would see little stuff, I would comment or I would like or I would, engage or whatever. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of pieces of the story that I was missing, right? That I didn't get. So I had to go back and I had to fill in the missing pieces. Yeah. Now here's what I would say. I have a lot to say, but here's what I would say. A lot of people are like, girl, what you think? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Here's what I think. I see both sides. And I know y'all gonna be like, here we go.
Here we go again.
Okay, so look, come on, y'all. Let's do it. When we look at how relationships or situations fall apart, the number one reason why romantic relationships fall apart, business relationships fall apart, any sort of relationships fall apart is typically why our relationship fell apart is typically at its core a lack of communication, right? Mm-hmm. The communication is not always one-sided. Sometimes it is, but typically there's some sort of breakdown in communication. Here's what I think happened. Overall, we know, this happened, that happened, and the details, may be gray. Everybody gonna tell it from their perspective, whatever, right? Here's what I think happened. Right, wrong, or indifferent, perhaps Karina went into that weekend with an agenda, right? She went into that weekend with the thought of saying, hey, yeah, I'll go hang out with Darius. I'll do this, I'll do that. But I think I have a good opportunity. I want to propose it. It's going to be great. This is what's in it for me. This is what's in it for him. And it's going to be amazing, right? Mm-hmm. And so maybe she had that in her mind. What a lot of people don't know about successful business owners, all of us experience it, is it's very much so like the game of basketball. It's very much so like any other sport. You're going to take 100 shots and 90 to 99 of them you might miss. But it's that one shot that you take that's going to win the game. And so we don't judge, I don't think anybody can fairly judge Karina for shooting her shot and coming up with what she believes to be a good idea and wanting to execute it. I think perhaps the breakdown in communication may have been, did you communicate that was the reason why you were coming, was to make a business proposal? Was he led to believe that you guys were coming to hang out, to kick it, and then it felt bait and switch? I don't know, because I wasn't there, and there's a lot of parts of it that we may not be privy to or we may not get. But again, going back to the whole communication thing, also what I will add to the conversation is this. I have let go of a lot of people that I asked the question and I didn't like their answer. I have let go of a lot of people because I asked the question and I didn't like their answer. What's the question, Candy? I'm going to give you the question. The question that I sometimes ask people that are trying to connect themselves or attach themselves to me, personal or professional, is what do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? What is it that you want? And so I'm going to give y'all an example, and then I'm going to tie it into what we're talking about, and you're going to get it in a minute. When Sean and I went through our divorce, right? The street started talking, and the little town that I grew up in, my ex lived there. Somebody ran back and told my ex, oh, Candy was married, but she not married no more. Shorty was single. She got my number and started just contacting me, calling me and texting me constantly. So I asked her, yeah, you keep saying you checking up on me, but what is it that you want? She kept saying nothing. I blocked her. And Sean was like, at the time, me and Sean was just cool, and we were co-parenting the kids. And Sean was like, laughing, like, why'd you block her? Shorty got another agenda. You see what I'm saying? This is the problem that we have as humans. Everybody's afraid to say what their agenda is. We all got an agenda in every aspect of our life. When you show up and you friends with somebody, you expect friendship back. When you show up and you do X, Y, and Z for your man, you expect something back. You see what I'm saying? When you show up to that job tomorrow, you expect something back. And because we don't be honest with ourselves and we don't communicate it effectively with the people involved, sometimes what happens is the other person feels bait and switch. You see what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily know that I believe that it was a situation where she was trying to be manipulative or anything. I don't see that. And again, I've never met Karina, but I don't see her as being the person where she was trying to weasel her way. I don't know. I don't see that, right? I literally see what probably was a breakdown in communication. Maybe she didn't effectively communicate what she was going to the event for. Maybe she didn't know how to communicate that. Maybe she could have went about it a different way. I don't know. But what I did do was I put under her post, because so many people like what I said under her post, that she got under the post and said, I may have handled this wrong. What did she say?
So she said, because we don't want to not speak properly. She got under Candy's comment, the one that we said, and she said, I'm sorry things didn't turn out well. I've let you guys down, but I will grow and learn from this experience.
Right. So, and what did I say?
And so Candy responds to her and said, in no way do I think you let anyone down. Communication is the cause of most issues in life and in business. Yep. It happens to all of us. It's never about what happens, but how we recover from it. I think both businesses were outstanding on yesterday and will be tomorrow. Nothing changes from my perspective as it relates to the respect that I have for both of you. This is still Black business excellence.
Somebody missed that. Somebody missed my response to her. So she said that she felt like she let us down, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What did I say again?
Candy said, in no way do I think you let anyone down. Communication is the cause of most issues in life and in business. It happens to all of us. It's never about what happens, but how we recover from it. I think both businesses were outstanding on yesterday and will be tomorrow. Nothing changes from my perspective as it relates to the respect that I have for both of you. This is still Black business excellence.
This is Black business excellence. I told y'all this is Black business excellence when Carmen was involved. This is Black business excellence when it's Karina. This is Black business excellence when it's Darius. Tell me another time in history, y'all. And I keep going back to it because that's why we keep coming to the table. Y'all know we have an e-commerce company. So a lot of people see online businesses and they don't really know what it's called. The technical term is these are e-commerce companies. What is e-commerce? It's an online business. This is an online business. Tell me another time in history where somebody could start a business from their home or start their business from their garage and grow this thing and create 7, 8 figures in a matter of a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You know, there's a window of opportunity that has never historically been available to people like us. You see what I'm saying? And this is not a racial thing at all, but I'm saying I love everybody, but let it go on record, baby. When I see us, I stand up and I applaud. You understand what I'm saying? Because so many people show you one side of what folks is doing. And so when I see us doing anything at a high level, I get excited. And so when I put the poster, when I put that comment under her picture, I will say this, family. I will say this. I thought in my mind, I told Sean, I said, oh, I'm getting old. I said, but I thought at the end of the interview, they said that something was coming and they was going to follow up and this, that, and the third. So what did Sean and I do a few minutes ago? What did we do?
We went back to the interview that was done on January 10th. Okay. And went back to that point at the end of the interview because what we don't ever want to do is misspeak.
That's it.
We try to check all boxes and everything before we come before you guys and share anything. So we went back and listened to the video.
Yes,
and
we did.
perked our ears up towards the end when the interview was ending and we listened to her what was said.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I went back and listened to the end of the interview, I said, dang, I don't know if I thought I must have misheard. Or maybe that's what I wanted to hear. You see what I'm saying? I don't know.
Maybe sometimes we can hear stuff that ain't necessarily there because it's what we
Yeah, girl. When that man telling you he don't want a relationship and you keep hearing, well, you was hurt and the last woman did you wrong and I'ma love you and I'ma be different, and then 6 years later it still ain't no different and he like, I told you. You heard what you wanted to hear. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said, we always say, when we come here to the table, we always say, you got to get out your feelings. Ain't no money there, right? When it comes to business, finance, etc., you got to get out your feelings. You got to deal with facts. We went back and replayed that tape, girl. We went back and listened to that tape, and it wasn't nothing said that led somebody to believe that it was going to be another chapter to this thing. You understand what I'm saying? And so I stand corrected. I have to stand corrected, was because I was like, man, it's something. You see what I'm saying? It's something coming.
And Candy wasn't alone because I vividly remember us both sitting there listening to the interview. When the interview ended, we looked at each other and said, oh, ooh, like something's coming. And so we had to go back and listen. And was like, that ain't what it was.
Yeah. And so I will say this, best friends. Excuse me. My asthma's been flaring up. I would say this, best friends, we have to know and understand that, yes, we're looking at a situation that played out in front of the camera again with 2 highly successful entrepreneurs, okay? But I often tell you guys the issue or the challenge, I'm not going to call it the issue, the challenge that most business owners face. I talk to business owners every single day. Business owners that's getting started, business owners that's real successful, business owners that's been doing it for years, ones that's been doing it for days. I find that there's one challenge that almost all of them have. And that's getting more traffic, getting more customers, getting more attention to their business, right? So what you have is, typically, I would say 99 out of 100 business owners, you have either somebody who's really good at marketing but bad at business, or you have somebody who's really good at business but bad at marketing and sales. You understand what I'm saying? Very rarely, it's literally like a unicorn to find somebody who's good at both.
Yep.
The reason, outside of the fact that he's an amazing person and all of the things, the reason why both now and probably to the end of his life, a lot of entrepreneurs will try to attach themselves or get next to Darius is because he is what we call in business a unicorn. Mm-hmm. Most people are not outstanding at marketing and sales and outstanding in knowing and understanding the nuances and the moving parts of a business. Right? He's literally a unicorn. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, this is not an exaggeration. If I'm talking to 100 entrepreneurs, that's 1 out of 100. And that's being generous. Mm-hmm. That's being generous. So usually what happens in business is people are very, 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 especially successful folks. They identify what they're good at, their strengths, and they also identify what we call in corporate America back in the day, their opportunities. You understand what I'm saying? And so what entrepreneurs do at a very high level, the successful ones, is they say, okay, well, this is the group of things that I love to do and I'm good at doing. And these are the things that I'm not so good at doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire people to do these things, or I'm going to partner with people to do these things so that I can keep getting this result. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's all she was doing, was shooting her shot as it relates to the play with the ambassador opportunity. That's all that was. Now there's some people in the comments that's going to be like, but she did more. I can't speak to, I don't know, right? I can't speak to that. Mm-hmm. I can't speak to that. I cannot speak to that.
And I think it's one thing that we also have to understand is that we're all different for a reason. We have different personalities.
Yeah.
We handle situations differently.
Yeah.
Our approaches are different, and they all don't mesh well together. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just because Candy and I get along in certain aspects doesn't mean that I'm going to meet the next person and we're going to get along the same way. Mm-hmm. To one person, Candy may seem too aggressive or too much.
Yeah.
To another person, they may think that she is the sweetest thing since sliced bread. Mm-hmm. So you have to understand that too. Personalities don't always mesh. So one person's approach to a situation could really rub one person the wrong way, and therefore another person, they may be like, I don't care. It ain't no big deal. Mm-hmm. That's something to keep, because when he was talking about she was being so persistent and stuff like that, yeah, maybe that's how she's always been. Maybe that's just her personality, and it may not mesh well with his. Mm-hmm. So that's something to think about too.
Yeah,
I'm big on looking at people and personalities and stuff like that too.
Well, so the persistent thing, there's several things with that. I think that comes from and Karina and I are one and the same, being lesbians, aggressive lesbians. You know what I'm saying? A lot of studs are very, we very, I'm not gonna say pushy, but it's that, right? When it comes to us stepping in the business sector, oftentimes we have to make our mark. We have to, whatever. But again, the piece that you have to do is you have to be able to read the room, as Darius says oftentimes. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to read the room. And again, that goes back to the communication piece of it, right? So if I make an offer, nobody's mad that she made the offer. Mm-hmm. You got to shoot several shots, right? What did I say in business? You got to shoot 100 to make one, right? Nobody's mad at the fact that you made the offer, but perhaps maybe the opportunity or the learning opportunity to take away from the whole situation is when somebody says no means no. Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't continue to push, because I've had people do that to me in business. As a matter of fact, watch this. Sean's gonna kick me under the table. You guys remember, y'all know we own a company called Sincerity Johnson. I'm gonna put somebody on blast because it's a prime example in business. We own a company called Sincerity Johnson. When we started the first month, we did $5,000. By the second month, I hired a marketing company to help me run the ads, and they helped us grow to $25,000. Sean's laughing at me because I'm going to tell you exactly what happened and how I know exactly how Darius felt. This marketing company is found online. They're called Vamp Live, VAMP Live, right? They asked us for a testimonial after we had been working with them for a couple of months. So gladly, because Sean and I started increasing our revenue and making a lot more money, we gave them a testimonial. unbeknownst to me, after we decided to end the business relationship and we terminated them from being the marketing company that we were partnering with, they continued to run the ad, right? I didn't have a problem with the fact that you continue to run the ad. What I did have a problem with was the fact that you weren't managing the ad well, and there were several people under the ad making jokes and calling us the Trump girls.
Which is where all that came from.
Which is where all that came from. So now you got hundreds of thousands of people seeing your little ad with us pushing people to your business, and you making money off of me, but you're not even managing or watching the comments. So then I go back to the owners of the company and I'm like, yo, you no longer have my permission to use our likeness, right? You need to remove the ad. So then the owner comes back and he's like, well, no, what I'll do is I'll go through the comments and I'll clean that up. You should have been doing that all along. The mere fact that this has now been damaging to our reputation, this is tarnishing our brand, our very, very, clean, squeaky clean online image. You are tarnishing our brand. If you do not remove this, sir, the next conversation will be with my lawyer, because what she do is she crosses T's and she dots I's, okay? So then he gave me pushback. But this is a man from a different community, and I don't know if he saw me and thought that this was a joke, but baby, when I gave it to him, I gave it to him. And probably within an hour, the video was taken down. But I said all that to say there were probably 5 or 6 back and forth conversations where he was trying to push his own agenda because he was making so much money off of this 60-second commercial that Sean and I filmed. Okay? He was making so much money. He didn't want to let go of that money. We were what we call in business, we were top of funnel for him. Mm-hmm. So all of the traffic and revenue that was being driven in was based on us. You understand what I'm saying? So I know what it's like in business for somebody to keep pushing their agenda. But it was very off-putting for me because damn the fact that people are calling us names online, people are laughing at us, these comments have hundreds and thousands of reactions under them, people are sharing the video. It's all about the fact, sir, that you're making money off of it and that y'all are, wildly successful off of it. You don't care how that impacted us. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, so I get it. I said all that to say that's our real life example of somebody pushing their agenda, and it's very off-putting. And I'm not suggesting that she did it intentionally, but I think sometimes as women in business, because our voices are not heard, and again, I'm not making excuses, but sometimes because our voices are not heard, sometimes in business, we got to push a little bit more, but again, goes back to the communication. Everybody, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you married, whatever walk of life you're in, can benefit from working on communications, because communication opens doors, but lack of communication closes doors. And this is a prime example of that. Yeah. This is a prime example of that. So from my perspective, y'all, I gave you a lot more than what you asked for. I don't see, this is just me, I don't see either business any different than I did on yesterday. Mm-hmm. When I see both brands, I still love and adore both. Mm-hmm. I still love and adore both. I follow both of these companies because they are doing something completely outstanding as it relates to online retail. And so although our products are very different and our brands don't necessarily align, I love to watch them because in a lot of ways they challenge us. Mm-hmm. I'm almost on almost all of Darius's videos, all of Karina's videos. I'm usually almost always in the comments. Oftentimes what I'll do is we'll get on, Sean and I will get on, we'll say hi, and then girl, we'll mount the phone, we in the truck or in the car or in the garage packing orders. We'll put the phone down. So a lot of times if people say something back in the comments, oftentimes we miss it because we're listening. Mm-hmm. But we love these two companies. Yeah. These two companies helped us to get to where we are. Mm-hmm. These are 2 out of probably the top 10 online companies that we follow. Facts. Yeah. So that is that's the perspective, right? That's what you got. That's what everybody was asking for. I would say read a couple comments. You want to read? Well, it's really just a lot of back and forth between the people in the conversation. Really? Yeah. Does anybody have any questions?
But, you know, just people kind of...
Anybody have any questions? We typically take 3 questions. Now, when you ask the questions, girl, I wasn't there. So you can't ask like, girl, well, did he say this or did she say? I don't know. I don't know, girl. We giving our perspective based on what we know, like y'all.
That's it. That's all.
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
So,
but if you guys have any questions or anything, we would love to answer those questions.
We usually take 3 questions. I'll take the first 3 that I see. We'll try to answer them the best way that we know how. Again, you have to understand we were not present. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. Just like y'all don't know what happened behind the scenes. And we're only going off of what was there.
Yeah. Okay? Florinda said she may not have meant any harm, but I feel if it happened the way that he said it happened, what she did was very disrespectful. Well, I can understand that. I mean, I can understand that. But then on the flip side, another best friend said Darius is messy, period. He was wrong for what he did to Boss Lady. Why? Okay, so, and again, this is no siding. I will ask the question because people say that over here. Every time we do a trending topic.
Somebody's going to say it on this one.
Somebody going to say it on this video. Watch the replay comments. It be the people in the replay. Yeah. Girl, they be gang banging on the replay, girl. They be gang banging on the replay. See, people done got smart. No, for real. People done got smart. What they don't do is they don't hit you while you live. Because then everybody who's a part of your community, then they go over there and then they get them together. You see what I'm saying? But people get real gangs. They get their letters. They get their letters in the replay community. They do. That's how they get their letters, girl. So it be the replay people. But let me ask this question, best friend. You said Darius is messy. I promise you guys, I will be able to retire and buy my own island on the beach and walk around with a hula skirt on. With a hula skirt on, girl. For real, a hula skirt. No bra, just a hula skirt. I would be able to do that tomorrow. I would have enough money tomorrow if I had just 10 cents for every time somebody came over here and called me messy. So my question, best friend, is I'm not trying to convince you otherwise, but I'm trying to just get to the bottom of why do everybody throw around? Why do everybody fix their teeth to say that somebody messy? I just want to know.
Right.
I'm not trying to discredit what you're saying. I'm just asking, why is it when anybody express their opinion, are they seen as messy? I just want to know that. That's it.
It's an opinion contrary to yours.
Yeah.
So Michelle did have a question. She said, why promote her seasonings at his event? She went live at Dining with Darius promoting her seasoning at his event.
I think that was a lapse in judgment.
Yeah.
I think that was a lapse in judgment. Here's why. Is this a safe space?
Of course, it's our space. What do you mean?
Is this a safe space? There was a time, and I don't know who did it. Was it when Karina and Carmen went to Dining with Darius, or was it when Carmen and Latrice
I think it was Carmen and Latrice.
No, but I think it was, so she went twice. And I think she went with Karina one time. And I think she went back with Latrice the other time. Okay. Anyway, there was one time where one of them duos went. Mm-hmm. And it was some stuff that was said and done that I was like, I wouldn't do that. And I think it was when Carmen went, I don't know, right? But one of the things that I think happened was somebody had the navigation on in the car, and they didn't mute like the destination, the address. Yeah. And so it was right after that whole scandal happened with Darius, and I was like, don't put the location out there. And I don't think it was done maliciously. You see what I'm saying? But sometimes, again, communication, sometimes we do stuff and we make errors or we have lapses in judgment, and then you look back and be like, that was a misstep. Mm-hmm. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
No other questions.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Best friend said he should have addressed it with her. Yeah. I don't know. Best friend said it was the Carmen and Latrice time.
Latrice. Okay.
Yeah, I knew somebody was there. I knew Carmen was definitely there, but I knew it was one of the two. And I was like, yeah, y'all need to, you got to mute that. Yeah, you got to mute that while you live. Yeah, yeah. So sometimes I do see stuff and it's like I will move different. But here's what I will say. Here's what I will say, best friends. When you go live, I don't care how many times you do it. If you a person who you live stream, I'm guilty of it. I look back at the video and I'll be like, girl, what in the whole hell was I thinking when I did X, Y, and Z? You see what I'm saying? It's because no matter how comfortable you are in front of a camera, there's always moments where you look back and you be like, I should have did this way different. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I did too much. Or maybe I, whatever. So I don't know. And again, I'm not making, excuses or anything. I'm just trying to see the commonality in the situation. Yeah. Mm. I'm a fan of both. Yeah. Girl, I'm a fan of both. What can I say?
And I mean, at the end of the day, we've always, our narrative never changes. We always tell you guys that we don't take sides. I saw one of the best friends said that you guys are neutral. We're always going to be. We're never going to get on here and be like, rah, being cheerleaders from one person or the other. However, we will speak on if we see something on either side. And that's just how it is. I mean, so, if people come over here and be like, who you siding with? And we just don't do that. But no, we just analyze things. We like to critically think about things, and we like to give you guys a different perspective about a situation that maybe you didn't think about.
Yeah, and I tell y'all all the time, anytime. Now I'm a person of faith. You may not be, and this is not a religious or spiritual video. However, I will say this: anytime God or the universe or whatever you believe in puts something in front of you like this, there's got to be something that you extract and you learn from it. Yes. And it's not always a business play, right? This might be a thing of making sure you're clear on whether the person that you're interacting with is a friend or not. Because it seemed like perhaps one person thought one thing and another person came to the situation thinking something else, and so forth. Yeah. You guys seen the situation kind of break down a little bit with us and Carmen because I thought it was the development of a friendship. Only to be, slapped with the reality that, nah, sis, it is what it is. Yeah. So I can understand, perhaps why, people will move in a different manner and be a little bit guarded. I don't know, but it's one of those situations where I don't know.
Sometimes you just have to lay the ground rules out, so to speak, and be okay with having not so popular conversations and not easy conversations all the time.
Yeah, yeah. So
it'll squash a whole lot of stuff.
So this whole situation has taught me not just today with this, but I'm talking about this whole storyline that we've been following, and we kind of got involved at one point with, as well. It taught me some things. It taught me, number one, don't have expectations of people because don't nobody owe you anything.
Facts.
Don't have expectations of people because don't nobody owe you anything. I led with thinking that we were starting a friendship. She didn't owe me a friendship. So just because I extended myself and showed myself to be a friend, don't necessarily mean that she was wrong because she didn't extend friendship back to me. You see what I'm saying? So number one, don't nobody owe you anything. And number two, be very, very clear and clearly communicate what it is that you want. And then let the person communicate what it is that they want. So you can figure out if y'all on the same page.
Yeah, to see if your desires and expectations align.
Yeah, because communication solves any confusion. So those were my two takeaways. Yeah, best friend said, don't assume. Yeah, don't assume. Yeah. And it's just a harsh reality. But we as adults, no matter what stage of life you in, we always learning. We're always gonna make mistakes. We're always gonna be learning, and we're always gonna be evolving. And I think the one thing that I would say, if I had to, rally around Karina and give her any advice, she didn't ask for it, nobody else asked for it, is just document everything. Document everything. Just show everything. Be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be on camera. Just show us every aspect of the journey. And your tribe, I promise you, best friend, your tribe will come. They will come. They will come. They will come. And even if you take a little dip when it comes to building community, you're going to go back up. Just be consistent. Yeah. Just keep coming online. Keep pushing that button. Keep telling the people what you're doing, how you're doing it. Just be your true, authentic self. And people will rally around you, and people will support that. Yeah. You got everything you need. You don't have to partner with anybody. Every single thing that you need, God already downloaded that inside of you. And so you have everything that you need to continue this thriving, successful, multi-million-dollar brand. Mm-hmm. That's it. Double down on learning more about marketing and social media and creating content. And that's it. Just know that in this day and age, video trumps pictures and, all of that. Just keep giving the people the conversation, whatever the conversation is. Just keep inviting people to the conversation. And I promise you, sky is the limit. Sky is the absolute limit. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, what else you got for the best friends?
That's it, best friends. Make sure your notifications are on. If you guys want to know anything about us and what we do, we have 2 places that you can go find more information about us. Mm-hmm. You can go to my website, CandySincerityJohnson.com. And then you can find, all of the stuff that I talk about when I told you I help people with money and starting businesses and stuff. You can find all that stuff over there. Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to learn about our brand, our fashion brand, Sincerity Johnson, you can go to sincerityjohnson.com. Looking for a cute little handbag or some little accessories to make that outfit pop, honey? Then that's what we do on that side.
Girl, y'all wipe that website clean, girl, this week. This week, girl, y'all wipe that thing clean. But yes, that is the location, girl, sincerityjohnson.com. Yes. But we love you guys, best friends. To all of the people that are new to us, make sure you hit that like and follow button. Come to this side of the table because we would like to have you. Yes. We don't want you to just stop by. We want you to stay. Yes. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Good night.